I'm Kim, and you're watching Kim Wilson TV. My channel is dedicated to helping victims of narcissistic abuse get free and stay free. Over and over again, we're faced with the reality that some victims target survivors, though they know what the narc is, find it almost impossible to let go no contact, and move on with their life. And I want to talk about this today. Intelligent, enlightened, awake people making comments like, I know what he is. I know he's lying to me. I know he's cheating on me. I know he's stealing my money. I know he's going behind my back and smear campaigning me, but I just can't let go. Now, I did definitely say the word he many times, but trust me when I say a woman is just as likely to be narcissistic, psychopathic, or any one of the cluster Bs. And for the men here at the channel, I'd like to say thank you for your patience, as I have used the pronouns, referring to a male many times, but certainly, power to you guys. We know that you've been through the same struggle we've been, and whether these relationships have been heterosexual, homosexual, interracial relationships, none of it matters. The outcome is always the same. And I am sorry that I always use pronouns referring to a male, but certainly both sexes are equally rotten when it comes to narcissism and the abuse they inflict. Many times I have condemned words like codependency because I really do not sit comfortably with that new age concept that there are critically thinking, enlightened, creative, funny, charming, very capable people who suffer from some sort of, childhood issue, who then go on to spend their lives searching out people to abuse them. This is utter nonsense. And I do believe this whole concept really furthers the victim's abuse. It now causes a lot of victim shaming and really turns the tables. It gets people looking inside of themselves, I think as part of a distraction to keep us from looking at the real problem. Narcissism is destroying this planet. Corrupted, greedy, selfish people are destroying this planet. And I think what we've been dealing with is that trickle-down evil from a much higher plateau of evil. And I do not think words like codependency help. This is not a case where it took two to tango, and I've said this many times. The narc was tangoing alone, male or female, and the whole concept of victim shaming really turns me off. I think it was that concept that it takes two to tango that kept me trapped in that relationship much, much longer than I should ever been there, because when you consider the possibility that both parties are playing a part, in the problem, in the creation of the problem, that sort of implies that there's a way to fix it. And that implies that if you can work more on yourself, if you can fix yourself, you will somehow be able to cope in that horrendous situation. And coping is not living. Coping is not loving. Coping does not make for a great relationship. It's just that. A victim learns how to cope in a horrendous situation and just commits to a lifetime of abuse. So the whole concept of codependency, in my opinion, you can really flush that idea because it's a pile of shit to me. Once I kind of came to terms with that ridiculous idea, the responsibility then really did shift for me. Not shift in a way that led me to believe I was responsible for the past, but I was absolutely responsible for my current moment, for the future, for me, for my kids, for my finances, for my pets, for my home, for everything. All of a sudden, it became abundantly clear to me that the past was just that. And from this moment forward, I had to make self-love decisions, decisions that were going to reflect the genuine love I have for my children and my life and my pets and my possessions, my belongings, my future. I mean, I had to really stop and say, okay, there is a clear line being drawn here. This is what has been, and this is what I want to see for the future. And I refuse to drag any of that horrendous bullshit into what I saw as a time to create a new life. For me, once I was jarred awake, once I could really identify the relationship as something I simply did not want for myself, my family, I was done. Then I felt this new sense of responsibility. And yes, I was rocked to my core. I was utterly brokenhearted. But I could see clearly enough to know that the changes that I needed in my life were going to occur as a result of my actions, my mindset, the way I decided to move forward from that point. And yes, I could have stayed in it. Sure, I could have accepted that misery as what I would live in forever, but that's not what I want. And I know it's not what you want. I know that even though you may be suffering from tremendous heartbreak right now, extreme mindfuckery and confusion in your heart of hearts, as I did, you know you deserve better, and you know this is a losing battle. I guess my thoughts are, if you can withstand that abuse, that humiliation, that shame, that heartache, that, oh God, the confusion, the eggshells, all of it. If you could have withstood that, if I could have withstood that, the lying, the infidelity, how could I even consider no contact as a struggle? Why, for so many people, is abuse more acceptable than the concept of truly stopping the abuse, shutting down that portal to abuse? How can that seem more challenging than living in abuse? Every single time one of us says, I can't let go, you're absolutely reinforcing the fact that you can't let go. I mean, why not stop for a second and say, what is it that I'm hanging on to? What is this thing that I can't let go of? And when you really take a look at it and see it is nothing but a pile of misery and smoldering shit, why would you want to hang on to that? I think it's really going to come down to reprogramming your mind. If your thought patterns are constantly going to be things like, I can't let go, well, you won't be able to let go. I think we really need to set our minds on a path of freedom, of improving the quality of our lives. And yeah, that idea would pop into my mind. Oh, I can't let go. And I'd say, wham, hold on a minute here. Why can't I let go? What am I hanging on to? Do I really want to drag this shit pile with me my entire life? No, we have to rethink this. When I think of that relationship now, I think I can let go. I'm glad I let go. I want more than that in my life, and I deserve a whole lot more than that in life. Reprogramming your mind, I think, is going to really help people get to better thinking and making better choices for themselves. Definitely the narc's been lying to you, but you're also lying to yourself if you think you can't let go, because you can let go, and that's a choice. That is actually a choice that you will make for yourself and for your future. If you've been able to withstand years of abuse, trust me, you'll be able to withstand the rest of your life abuse-free. Guys, power to you. You're stronger than you think. I'm Kim. You're watching Kim Wilson TV. I hope you guys are having a great narc-free day, or at least recognizing the possibility that you certainly can have and will have, if you make that choice, a whole lot of narc-free days. Bless your hearts.